Ooh, I wonder who's at the door.
Hey, Mr. Zombo! Remember me?
Oh, why, yes. It's my old pal, Little Johnny. Hey, Little Johnny, what's up?
Mr. Zombo, can Hetty come out and play baseball with us?
Well, I don't know, Little Johnny. I'll have to go and ask her.
Oh!
I'll be right back. Hetty, would you like to go out and play baseball with Little Johnny and his friends?
Oh boy, would I?
Okay, Little Johnny, Hetty will be right out. Hey, wait a minute. Hetty's only ahead. What position could she possibly play?
Second base!
Do you like scary movies? Well, do you? Because strange images are in the air tonight. I've sent Quasi deep into the vault to pull out some of the scariest movies ever made. So turn out the lights, get close to someone you care for, because it's time for Zombo's House of Horror Movies. Come, let's go inside and meet Quasi. Miss Transylvania. Werewolfie. The head nurse. Officer not so friendly. And Bianca, the rack girl.
And I'm hot.
Hello, everybody, boys and ghouls, mummies and daddies. It's your old pal Zombo, welcoming you to Zombo's House of Horror Movies. Ooh, this week's movie is one of the scariest movies ever made. The Atomic Brain. The Atomic Brain was released in 1964. A bad HMO doctor is hired by a rich old biddy to transplant her old brain into a va-va-va-voom body. And that's only one of the brain transplant experiments. This movie was originally titled Monstrosity, but it was such a monstrosity that it was renamed The Atomic Brain, even though there are no brains, atomic or otherwise, in this movie. The Atomic Brain stars Don Knotts, Meatloaf, Anne Margaret, Betty Ford, President Richard Nixon, Granny Clampett, Stuart Little in his last movie, and the letters B and I. Ooh, that does look like one very scary movie.
I wonder if he's working now.
Ooh, I wonder who's at the door.
Excuse me, sir, but are you Mr. Zombo?
Oh, why, yes, I'm Zombo. Can I help you?
Well, I understand you used to live in Reno, and I just got a job there, but I'm afraid of the crime.
Oh, well, Reno is a great place to live. It's got 2 arches, it's got the Spaghetti Bowl, and you can meet some very interesting people on East 4th Street. In fact, I've lived there for almost 20 years, and I never had a problem with crime while I was working.
Oh, what did you do there?
Oh, I was a tail gunner on a bread truck.
Why, you, I ought to...
And we'll be right back to our very scary movie right after these important messages from our sponsors. Hello, everybody. everybody. It's your old pal Zombo down here at Zombo's 3-Minute Horror Movie Theater with another 3-minute horror movie sent in by one of our viewers. Tonight's movie is very scary, so let's go inside and take a look at it.
Hey, you! Come back here! You have to buy a ticket!
Oh, good. Here comes one now. You, Mr. Truck Driver. I don't believe this. What am I, a plate of chopped liver out here? Jeez, I don't get it. I never had this problem in Long Island. That guy must be gay. At this rate, I'll never make it to my cousin Murray's in time for Passover. Oh. Oh, look at the kitty. Come here, little kitty. My, what big teeth you have, little kitty.
Well, looky there. There's a little pussy hitchhiking on the side of the road. What do you say there, Fluffy? You want to ride into town? Well, come on, son, climb aboard. Where you going, boy? Son, you're supposed to get in the passenger side. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're gonna do, drive or something? Hey, no, no, you're killing me.
How could a cat kill a person? All the crazy, harebrained schemes. The government probably dreamt this whole thing up. I can't believe this. This is so ridiculous.
Ooh, that was one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. I hope you weren't too scared, and I hope that you didn't change the channel or fall asleep. Do you think that you can make a very scary movie that's just as good, if not better, than some of the trashy movies, I mean classic movies, that I show every week? If so, send it to Zombo's House of Horror Movies at Zombo's 3-Minute House of Horror Movies Theater. They should be in reasonably good taste, on videotape, and not run any longer than 3 minutes. And the scarier the better.
Send your 3-minute horror movies to Zombo today. Check out the Zombo website at zombo.com under 3-minute movies for the address to send your movie.
Write a scary script, get those cameras rolling, and send those tapes to me so I can put it on the show for everyone to see. Ooh, tonight's movie is brought to you in non-living color, otherwise known as scary black and white.
Can death be outwitted? Is the secret of eternal life just around that corner? Today, medical science patches up mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin, eyes, limbs, even vital organs. Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain? Many scientists answer yes, but they pause and add a grim warning. For in the ancient folk legends, tales are told of blood-sucking vampires, crawling out of graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims. Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities, worse than the vampires of legend? Will ruthless men and women of great wealth and power greedily buy or steal the living bodies of the young and beautiful, so their brains may live on forever?
Is this a lawyer movie?
Such questions may seem fanciful, but at this very moment, scientists are working on the answer to brain transplantation, and human bodies are used. This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday. Only a few hours ago, her body was stolen by Dr. Otto Frank and brought to this hidden laboratory. He has grafted a living animal's brain into this newly dead body.
She looks pretty good to me.
If the experiment works, the next step will be the transplantation of a human brain. The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission produced in the cyclotron. Has he found the way to outwit death? Deep below, Dr. Frank takes the chance of smashing his way into a newly sealed vault. His experiments cannot continue without another body. The watchman's mind was not on body snatchers.
Just parts of body snatching.
Inside the vault, a body waits. This is one of the doctor's mistakes, a monstrosity. An animal's brain grafted to a human body. Leaving the dead watchman, the monstrosity carried the girl's body out of the vault. It fears and obeys one master, Dr. Frank.
Hey, come on out. We got a keg.
Here beneath the old mansion, the doctor carefully prepared for another transplant. This body had been in the vault for only a few hours. Chances seemed better this time. Still, Dr. Frank was doubtful. Tissue in dead bodies deteriorates rapidly. Where were the live, fresh bodies he'd been promised? He bitterly resents that every step forward depends on the whim of a miserly old woman brooding upstairs in her bedroom. And Hetty March wonders. Has she been a fool, squandering money on this strange experiment? Money hoarded through a long, greedy lifetime, each day more money, each day death getting closer. Ah, but to start life again in a brand new body, beautiful and young. No price can be too high for that. Can she really trust the doctor? Can she really trust anyone? Hasn't everyone tried to cheat her? Wanting her money while they smiled at her ugliness? But they never got a penny. Oh, how she made them sweat. Especially this old fool, companion and gigolo. How many years she's kept him dangling on promises. Well, sometimes it's convenient to have a man, especially when he comes cheaper than servants.
That the Austrian girl?
Lionel Rhodes, 18, no family, pleasing personality, whatever that might mean. Thick ankles, pimply face, but she always smiles when she's spoken to, very likely.
Well, application forms for a servant girl don't usually include bust, waist, and hip measurements.
We interrupt this program to bring you a...
All three will be here tomorrow, and then you can choose.
This evening at Greenhaven Cemetery, the body snatchers brutally murdered night watchman Robert Payne, 62, who evidently interrupted his killers during their ghoulish task. His neck was broken. The imprint of a huge pair of hands was found on his throat. It's the opinion of the police that the same gang that has previously...
Ring for Dr. Frank. So that's what he was doing.
More of this hocus pocus, Eddie.
The doctor transplanted a brain from a live dog to a dead human body. You saw the creature walk out of that cylinder alive.
How many failures since then? Still, it's your money. The bodies must be fresh. This specimen is excellent.
Hello, everybody. It's your old pal ZOMBOO.
And the police are looking for the body snatcher.
Why the local cemetery, Doctor? Are you trying to blaze a trail to our door?
The final test was essential for your protection. As for the police, if they come here, I hit this switch, a nuclear reaction is set off. Close the circuit breaker, and in a matter of minutes, this house and any evidence it might contain becomes a radioactive hole in the ground.
Be careful.
But we can wait for that until after your operation.
Well, nothing must go wrong. There's no sign of life.
Watch. lacks but one thing. The brain. Hans was still living when he was dragged from that wrecked car. That's why we succeeded with the transplant.
She seems alive.
She is, to a limited extent. She'll be able to move around, but the brain deterioration is too extensive for thought processes.
Hello, everybody. It's your old pal Zombo down here in Zombo's Dungeon Art Gallery. Do you know where some of the world's greatest artists get their inspiration? It's from this show. Are you a budding artist? Do you look like Toulouse-Lautrec? Or do you have a strange affinity for body parts like Vincent van Gogh or Mike Tyson? Maybe you have artistic ability. Can you draw Quasi the Hunchback? Well, here's your chance to show your art to the world. It's time for Zombo's Scary Picture Gallery. Let's look at tonight's picture of the week. Today's picture was sent in by Little Charlie from Winnemucca. Werewolfie? Oh, thank you, Werewolfie. Let's go in for a closer look at this very interesting and scary picture. Oh, today's picture was sent in CinemaScope, and oh, look, here's Zombo's bed, and oh, there's Zombo, and he's in his pajamas right there. And who are all these people? Let's see, I see the teacher, and oh, that looks like the babysitter, and oh, there's someone's little sister, and oh, here's the guillotine, and he's saying, "No, Zombo, don't kill me." Oh, that must be the writer of the show. I wonder what the artist was thinking about when he drew this picture. I think he was thinking that it's time to change the Hollywood sign to Zombo. Now don't forget, boys and ghouls, get out your pencils, paints, crayons, and whatever. Draw me a scary picture and send it to me, Zombo, at the Scary Picture Gallery, and I'll put it on the show for everyone to see.
Send in your scary pictures to Zombo's Scary Picture Gallery in care of this station. Or check out the Zombo website at zombo.com under Gallery.
Ooh, she's all bump and no grind, and she comes with her own sound effects.
Say, pardon me, but how far is Hollywood from here? All right, let's see. 16 kilometers, about 10 miles. Which way? That way.
It was a small world back in the 1960s.
Are you going to Hollywood? No such luck. I'm what's known as a born domestic. For the next 12 months, I'll be scrubbing floors and making beds. But when my time's up, Hollywood will look out. That's strange. A foreign domestic agency paid my passage, too. I'm from Vienna, Austria. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm from England.
No. Is this your first trip?
Yes. I'm awful excited.
Por favor. I know speak English very good. Are you going to work for Mrs. March, too?
This sounds like a sister act.
You, too?
Nina Road,
Yes, sir.
Anita Gonzalez. Beatrice Mullins, eh?
That's right. Are you Mr. March?
No, I work for Mrs. March. Phone.
3 new bodies, fresh, live, young bodies. No families or friends within thousands of miles, no one to ask embarrassing questions when they disappear. Victor wondered which one Mrs. March would pick, the little Mexican, the girl from Vienna, or the buxom blonde. Victor knew his pick, but he still felt uneasy. Making love to an 80-year-old woman in the body of a 20-year-old girl is insanity.
Yeah, my kind of guy.
Still, Hetty's plan to transfer her fortune to the new body had been brilliant. Unpleasant to think of what was going to happen to these girls, but a man has to consider his own future. What would happen to him if Hetty were to cast him off after all these years?
Warm welcome they hang out.
Well, there's your new home, girls.
Gives me the shivers. Aren't there any neighbors?
Nope.
Are there any other servants?
No, but I don't think you're going to find it boring.
What a jolly little place this is. What was that?
No one's to leave this house without permission. Now, hurry along. Hurry up. Now, go.
Luggage. Turn round. Slowly. Get the doctor. Get the doctor.
As with the other bodies stolen from cemeteries, the nerve endings of the brain were too far gone to receive a proper transplant. The experiment had failed to produce anything more than a walking, breathing, zombie-like creature. But the doctor permitted her to wander about the laboratory. She was quite harmless and, at times, even amusing.
Charming, isn't she? Did you want something?
Mrs. March is waiting for you. The girls have arrived. She doesn't have a brain. Like the advantages.
Whoa! The perfect woman! Works for me.
I want them examined immediately.
Very well. This way.
Victor, the doctor can conduct the examination perfectly. What an old spoiled sport I am. Have you disconnected the phone? Can't I depend on you for anything? Won't it be nice when those girls start calling police, employment agencies, immigration authorities, consulates?
There will be no phone calls.
Idiot. She's useless.
There is one more test I should make.
Do anything you want with her. The other two?
Perfect medical specimens. All right, Anita. Get dressed now and wait for the others.
Mrs. March, I am now giving you notice. I do not care to work in this house any longer. I demand that...
You have signed an agreement. If you have any objection, you will discuss them with the immigration authorities as provided for in your papers.
But, Mrs. March...
Later. Stand up, my dear.
I've got the same measurements as Marilyn Monroe.
A 36 bust and an IQ to match.
The lucky girl.
Yeah?
Allow me to be the first to offer congratulations. To both of you.
For me?
Come on. Come on. Your room is in the basement, Anita. Nina, your room is upstairs, right across from the top of the stairs. I'll have to show you.
I think it will be lonesome down there.
Nonsense. You'll be all right. Go on.
Gracias. Thank you.
Hot tub's ready.
Grrr. Must have stick removed from butt. Grrr.
¿Quién es? Who is it?
She's got gingivitis.
Woo-hoo!
Ooh, I wonder who's at the door. Oh, why, it's Werewolfie, the hairiest, scariest werewolf in all of Transylvania. What's up, boy?
Ooh!
Oh, you're thirsty. Well, let me go get your water bowl.
Ooh!
Oh, well, you don't want your water bowl, then what are you gonna drink out of?
Oh?
Oh, why, it's your new ZOMBOO coffee mug. Oh, look, there's Quasi, Miss T, me, ZOMBOO, the rat girl. Oh, and it's you, Werewolfie. Why, that's grounds alone to get a new coffee mug. Now you can have your very own ZOMBOO coffee mug. Just go to the ZOMBOO website at zomboo.com, click on Buy Stuff, and order your ZOMBOO coffee mug today. Credit card orders only. Please allow 3 weeks for delivery. Searching for something interesting? Check out the ZOMBOO website at zomboo.com.
Bea, are you sure she's not in her room?
Yes. Victor left a little while ago. Maybe she went with him. She didn't get out of this prison without permission, that's for sure.
Yes.
But you would have said goodbye. Why should she? We only met her yesterday. I don't blame her for not wanting to sleep in the basement.
Oh. It's funny, though. Mrs. March wouldn't even listen when I asked to be dismissed. This house gives me the creeps. She doesn't even have any uniforms for us.
Bea, what in the world do you think you're doing?
You told us last night to clean and polish in here.
Look at your hands. That will leave a stain on them. Now, don't argue. Go in and wash them immediately. You can put the things away after Nina cleans them.
Mrs. March, Where is Anita?
Anita? Oh. She left. Last night.
I would like to give notice too.
I will discuss it with you another time. Nina! Nina! Come here this instant!
Yes, Mrs. March?
Your name isn't Nina.
But Mrs. March, she's got polish all over hands and I'm not doing anything.
I don't want you running up and down stairs. Those pretty legs of yours will get ugly muscles. Send Nina to me.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be in my room.
Bee, come with me. I want to show you something. Anita wouldn't leave without taking her clothes.
Not if she moved to a nudist colony.
I think we'd better get out of here, fast.
Bee, I'd hate to go if she's still here.
You'll go now if you go with me.
Wow! At this rate, we'll be out of here by next year.
This hinge is loose. Help me.
One last experiment before Dr. Frank would be ready. But this was the most critical of all the experiments. For the first time, the grafting operation would be performed on a living human body, and the brain would come from the doctor's favorite cat. Anita was ready.
It's me, Nina.
What about your clothes?
Never mind. Let's go. Bee, she almost saw us. Let's wait a while to make sure we won't run into her.
I don't think they can outrun her. Even OJ was faster than this. Who left this chart here?
B. 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 Where are you? Answer me.
I'm here, Mrs. March. She's locked us in. Open it. I said open it. Mrs. March.
Victor! Victor! Well, you took long enough.
The lawyer will see you in the morning. I told him you were going to change your will.
You'll have to check the basement door. It broke loose. You failed. She thinks she's a cat.
Nice, kitty. Well, I see you
still resent the way Mrs. Marsh treats you. I can't say that I blame you. Kitty's always been very fond of me, haven't you?
Does she have all the instincts of a cat?
Watch.
She ate it.
Hello, everybody. It's your old pal Zombo. It's time to go visit the Rat Girl.
We'll be right back to our very scary movie after these important messages from our sponsors.
Oh, my dear, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm trying on my new Zombo t-shirt. Do you like it?
Oh, well, you look positively morbid. Now you too can have your very own Zombo Scary t-shirt. They come in all sizes from small through 4X. Just go to the Zombo website at zombo.com. Click on Buy Stuff and order your very own Zombo Scary t-shirt today. Credit card orders only. Please allow 3 weeks for delivery.
Well, how do you like it?
Well, you're putting up a good front.
Well, why do you think they call it a t-shirt?
B. Is that Anita?
Where? Oh, I don't think so.
Look out! Oh! Somebody help her.
Back, Hans. Back. Hans. Hans.
I still think you should have locked them up.
They're not about to leave this house after what they've witnessed. They know Hans is outside there.
Even if we could get past that creature outside, there's still the electric fence. The phone's dead. We can't get help that way. If we could get the car... That's it. Victor!
Victor? He likes me, I guess.
If you could get the keys from him.
B. I was having a little nightcap.
Who do you think you are, pinching me?
What?
Maybe you'd like some company. Someone like me?
I'll call you Checkers so I can jump you.
That's more like it. Don't you like me, Victor?
Wait. Hans is chained. Let's go outside.
Outside? I think I'd like that.
Victor! Victor!
Anita! What are you doing up there? Anita, what's the matter with you? Don't you know me? Anita, listen to me.
Time to get Anita declawed.
Anita. Stay right there. Don't move. I'm coming. Anita. Anita, let me help you. Anita, wait. Take my hand.
Anita. Anita.
And she didn't even land on her feet.
Astonishingly complex, isn't it? The human eye.
Dr. Brain? Pete?
She's unconscious, but she'll live.
No.
She will live.
Oh, Anita won't. She's dead.
Nina, dear, come along with us now. You've had a bad shock.
Get out of here, both of you. And stay with me. Why don't you do something for her?
I've done what I can for now. Later, an operation might be possible. I'm preserving the eye. Let me show you. Come over here. The cellular structure is being kept alive by these electrical vibrations. I use the same principle in keeping that hand alive. Dee is a very lucky girl. You think that ironical? Let me explain. I'm the only man alive today capable of restoring your friend's sight. Dr. Alexis Carrel, who pioneered the transplanting of vital human organs, kept a portion of an animal's heart alive for many years. For this, he received the Nobel Prize. And I, who have so far surpassed his efforts.
Surely you don't want to compare yourself with Dr. Carrel. He was humane.
I, too, fight to preserve life and to find the means to improve the lives of future generations. Your viewpoint is that narrow, ignorant one, held by the medical society today, which forces me to work in a place like this, to give in to the whims of a foolish old woman, because she can supply me with the funds I need to continue my work.
You're going to be all right. Nina? Yes, please. I can't see.
Why don't you take your blindfold off?
Something happened. Don't think about it now. Listen to me, Bee. Are you listening? This is important. Yes. We must be ready if a chance comes.
I remember now. It was Anita. She... Oh, my eye! My eye! My eye!
You better leave. Give this a chance to take effect. I'm a doctor. I'll take care of her.
I'm sure you will take excellent care of her until your plans call for something else. Or am I to be the next one, Doctor?
Hey, Zombo!
Oh, well, if it isn't my little pal, Minnie Z.
Why did the Cyclops close his school?
Why?
He only had one pupil.
Ooh, I think that joke hit the nail right on the head. And we'll be right back to our very scary movie right after these important messages from our sponsors. Hello, everybody. It's your old pal Zombo. You know, I think that last Mini Z joke wasn't very scary and wasn't very funny. In fact, I think Mini Z needs better material. Now, you can help old Mini Z out by being his ghostwriter and email him your favorite monster joke. Just email it to ZOMBOO@zombo.com and I'll make sure he gets it.
Hey, Zombo, I just got another good one.
And now let's get back to this week's very scary movie.
There. You got all the clothes?
Yes,
And made my hair appointment?
I took care of everything on your list while you were talking with the lawyer. Hair appointment Monday, 10 a.m., Charles of the Ritz, under Nina's name.
I'll want Nina to model these later, after I've rested. You tell her.
They're back. I'll have to leave you now. Remember, I'm going to try to get us out of here tonight.
No. Forget about me. I won't go.
Bea, don't talk like that.
Mrs. March had not realized her new body had such a satisfactory shape. Perhaps not as spectacular as the English girl, but in excellent taste. She couldn't help being amused. The stupid girl was not only modeling Mrs. March's future wardrobe, but Mrs. March's future body. So firm, so nicely rounded in places men like.
You might have knocked when you came in, Victor.
He was knocking the inside of his fly.
I'm sorry. Don't stop your style show on my account.
Does my aged Lochinvar disturb you?
Hetty, that's unkind.
Shut up. You see, it's hard for a vain, stupid man to realize that he holds no attraction for a lovely young girl. You're not needed now, Victor. Close the door quietly when you go out.
I'm not going to be needed at all. That's what you're saying, isn't it? After tomorrow, when...
Victor! That's enough. Get out.
That's the way it's going to be when what?
Don't ask tiresome questions. That will be enough for tonight. I want us both to get some rest. Try to sleep.
But Mrs. March...
That's an order. Do as I say.
You're not looking for me, are you? Why would a pretty young girl want to be around an old man?
What did you try to tell Mrs. March?
So that's what you plan to do. Get rid of old Victor once you get all that money. The only thing is, of course, it won't really be you.
Victor, please tell me. Try to make sense.
I am telling you. Tomorrow you'll be one of the richest women in the world. Here's a press release. It's in the mails now. To all the major news syndicates.
Orphan girl, sole heir to March millions. Nina Rhodes has a lucky star. I don't understand.
The next press release will be March Mansion destroyed by fire. Cinderella girl, Nina Rhodes, sole survivor. Only it won't be you. It's a pity, too. You're nice the way you are.
Please don't let it happen. You could help me and Bea get away.
When you're a rich woman, you wouldn't forget an old friend. A friend who'd saved your life, would you? Get out of the car and stay there.
Victor, we too. We must come too.
Wait a minute. Just to make sure. Sign this. Hurry.
You've got to come with me.
No, I won't go. Why should I want to go on living like this?
I'll get Victor to help me, and we will carry you.
Did you want something from Victor, dear? Sit down, my dear. I'm afraid you're wearing yourself out with all this rushing round. I don't like that.
You realize she's mad, don't you, Dr. Frank?
Relax.
Hurry, Doctor.
I'll be ready for you shortly, Mrs. March.
I'll be waiting.
Ooh, I wonder who's at the door.
Hey, Zombo, remember me?
Oh, you look a little familiar.
What? Come on, give a good guess here.
Oh, you look a little limp. Are you Mac the Knife?
No, why you? It's not your memory that'll be the first to go. It'll be your noggin, you lame bringer. I'll give you another clue. Hey, does this help?
Oh, are you Popsicle?
What? Oh, you are a lame rock.
Oh, I don't know what his problem is, but I bet you it's hard to spell.
All right, here's a final clue. Does this help you?
Oh, are you the serial killer?
That's right, Dick Tracy. And if you don't watch the serial after tonight's movie, the box is gonna get lynched.
Oh, that's right, boys and ghouls. Make sure to stay tuned after the movie because we have another chapter of our serial. So hang around.
Check us out on the Zombo website at zombo.com.
It's finally about to happen. You don't know what it's been like for me, living with this ugly body of mine. Knowing that any attention I received was not from me, but my money. Well, nobody got any of it. I've never known what it was like to be loved for myself alone.
Why did you kill Victor, Mrs. March?
Victor, Victor was a fool. I'm a practical woman, Dr. Frank. A business woman.
I've never been a very practical person.
And you were never a very good actor either.
I suppose that makes me a fool, too, in your eyes.
Of course not.
Relax, Mrs. March. Just relax. Relax. Waking up, are you? Good. I want to talk to you. You signed a paper making Victor your legal guardian. That's right, isn't it?
I'd done something, didn't I?
That would probably work as well for me. We could stay here. None of this would have to be destroyed. Breathing better, aren't you? Why don't you try it on your own? I wonder now if Mrs. March didn't intend, along with all the rest of this. You're a very wealthy woman now, Nina. What I must decide is how to keep you and your funds available with the least amount of nuisance to myself. I could keep you under sedation until your signature was required. Or I could replace your brain amenable.
What about Mrs. March, Doctor?
Mrs. March no longer has a thing to say. Do you, my dear? Completely recovered, I'd say. How do you feel? I guess the transplant would be better. It won't hurt.
Dr. Frank had enjoyed this transplantation. Mrs. March's brain winding up in the body of a cat. Poetic justice to think of autocratic Mrs. March scavenging in back alley garbage cans for her dinner. But Mrs. March doesn't take things lying down.
She's marking her territory.
Mrs. March did not intend to let her money get out of sight. She would follow that girl. Sometime, someplace, revenge would come.
What about that tank? We may be able to take care of it. Let's try this one.
must have gotten out. Let's move out of here. That does it, Ted. Let's get back to the rocket ship.
Too bad you lost that ray gun. We'll have a tough time getting another one now.
We haven't a chance of getting one. We couldn't possibly attack their city with any of our weapons. That isn't the worst of it. They've already tracked us halfway to this ship, so they know about where we are. It's only a question of time until they find us. One blast from that ray gun will pop this ship like a toy balloon.
Maybe we better get back to Earth.
I think so. We've accomplished the most important part of our mission. We discovered that Reddick has planned to lead an invasion from the moon as soon as the saboteurs finish softening up our defenses. And it's up to us to get that information back to Earth. How soon can we take off?
Well, I've got to build up the pressure in all the tanks, warm up the jets. Maybe a couple hours.
Then get started. I'll fly out and scout around until you're ready.
Scout 7 reporting to headquarters. Scout 7 reporting to headquarters.
Come in.
I found the Earthman's rocket ship, Your Excellency. It's in a canyon only about a mile west where our scout car was attacked.
Splendid. I'll send another car out after it at once. Stay there and keep watch.
Yes, sir.
Ship. I took care of him, but I'm afraid he'd already reported us. How much longer before we can take off? One of those tanks is headed this way. How about it, Hank?
I won't guarantee the results, but we can try. Here goes, all jets. Looks like we may make it.
If we get out of range of their ray gun in time.
Turn off that induction valve!
Check the other compartments.
Right. Well, that one barely reaches. Looks like we're in the clear. Things are sort of messed up in there, but nothing serious. Okay, Hank. You can start for the Earth now. Make a 180-degree turn.
Right, Commando. Homeward bound. Very well. Patrol car reported that the spaceship has escaped.
Ship must not be allowed to land on Earth. Ready to Krog. Ready to Krog.
Come in, Reddick.
Commando Cody's rocket ship has escaped and is headed back to Earth. He has all the information about our planned invasion and must not be allowed to tell it to the authorities. Will you have a ray gun completed by the time he lands?
I'm afraid that is impossible, Your Excellency.
And use a bomb or any other weapon available. That ship must be destroyed before anyone can get out of it.
Yes, Your Excellency. You heard the orders?
Yeah, but it might not be that easy. There may be guards at the landing field.
Nevertheless, you will carry out instructions. I will furnish you with a bomb. You can devise some means for placing it under the ship the moment it lands.
How do we know when they'll get here?
I'll pick up their approach on my radar, so you can be in position when they land.
Just like we figured. Yes. Got to blast them. Then plant the bomb before anyone can get out of the ship.
Here she comes.
Going in for a landing.
Calling landing field. Calling landing field.
Landing field to rocket. Come in.
We're coming down. Field clear?
Yes, sir. We're all ready for you.
All right, Hank. Make your 180-degree turn.
You take the one on the right.
Let's get over to the car.
We'll never make it now. Let's get out of here.
They're taking over the car. I'll grant them. You guard the ship.
Right first. Step on it. It's hanging on to us. Give it all you can. Stop on that bridge.
Now, don't forget, boys and ghouls and mummies and daddies, tune in next week for another very scary movie on Zombo's House of Horror Movies.